Okay, let's go over the vocabulary and the idioms for today's class. Number 1 is drizzle. Drizzle is a noun and a verb. It means a very light rain. So you can say, oh, it's just a little drizzle outside, or you can say it's drizzling. So it's just a very light rain. It's not just a heavy, steady rain. It's just a little rain. Okay? The sentence is, it was only drizzling outside, but Henry brought his umbrella in case it really started to rain. The next one, slick. Slick. It's an adjective. It means a surface is very slippery or easy to slide on. So if you're walking along and something, goes like that, it's very slick. You can slip and slide very easily on something that is slick. The woman walked slowly down the icy steps because it was quite slick. Next is fishtail. Fishtail is a verb. It's when the back end of your vehicle, your car, your truck, whatever you're driving, or your scooter, it slides back and forth like a fish's tail. So if you watch in an aquarium when a fish is swimming, the back end of the fish, it goes back and forth. If your car does that when you're driving, if it's raining and it's slick and it kind of goes back and forth, when you stop real fast and it slides back and forth and you're like, it's fishtailing. Okay? So, men often like to stop quickly when it is slick out to see if their cars will fishtail or spin around. It happens a lot in America, especially now. We just had a snow. So when snow's on the ground, or ice or rain, you can fishtail or you can spin around very easily. Next is traction. Traction is a noun. On your shoes or on your tires, you have treads, and they help you to climb up something or to stop. It just helps you to grip onto something. So I have 2 of my shoes. If you see this one, it's very slick. Okay, it's kind of an old shoe, and so there's not a lot of traction on it because the treads are very small. So if I'm walking, I can slide pretty easily. But my boots, today in the snow, I will wear my boots because you can see the treads are very big, so you have lots of traction. Your tires, your wheels on your scooter or on the car, the tires, they have treads that help you to get traction so that you can stop or you can go up a hill or whatever you need to do. The sentence is, Terry slid on the basketball court as he tried to stop because his old shoes did not have any traction. Alright, our next word is swerve. Swerve is a verb. It means to quickly move right or left, often to avoid running into something. And sometimes you will go back to where you started. So if you swerve to the right, you will swerve and then come back to going straight. You're just kind of going around something. Okay? So motorcycles that ride through the night markets must swerve to avoid hitting the people walking. So you've seen this often as they're going down through the night market. If there's someone walking, they will swerve around that person. Swerve. Next is brace. Brace is also a verb. It means to hold on tight to something and prepare yourself for impact, hitting something or an event. So you can brace yourself physically, like you're holding on to something ready for something to hit you. Or you can kind of brace yourself. You can say brace yourself when you're going to give them bad news or something like that. So it could be a mental, brace yourself for good news, bad news, or it can be a physical, oh, you need to hold on to somebody or hold on to something and brace yourself for hitting something or, whatever. Something's going to happen. So, as the tsunami hit the building, the people inside braced themselves for the big impact. Because when that tsunami, that big wave like in Japan, hit a side of a building, that building is going to move. So the people inside, they brace themselves for the impact. The time in which the tsunami will hit is the impact. Alright, next is head-on collision. A collision, it's a noun. It's when two things hit each other, there's a collision. Okay? But a head-on collision means that two objects are coming towards each other and they hit straight on. So they don't, avoid and kind of hit. It's a boom. They're going like this and bam, they hit head on. So straightforward. Okay? So the head-on collision took the lives of all of the people in both cars. It's kind of a sad sentence. Sorry. But often in a head-on collision, because two cars hit straight on, both people in both cars, they might die. So, in my sentence, the head-on collision took the lives of all the people in both cars. Alright, now let's go over, we have two idioms in this paragraph. The first one is life flashed before your eyes. We can say this kind of when we're being dramatic or when it's something scary really happens. So a scary event happens and it makes you think, ooh, I almost died or I could die. So your life, all the events of your life and what could happen later on in life, it flashes before your eyes and you think it's over. You're going to die very soon. So it's kind of dramatic, but that's what it means. When Amy's plane started to drop quickly, she saw her life flash before her eyes. But thankfully, it recovered and balanced out. So if you're on an airplane and it's going like this and then whoop, it just starts dropping, you would be very scared. And you might think your life is flashing before your eyes. You might die. But hers, it balanced back out and went on just fine. So it recovered. So very good. Alright, our last idiom is nervous wreck. Nervous wreck. It is when someone is very nervous or scared about something, and they are often shaking with fear. So, women usually are nervous wrecks more often than men because we're more emotional. And so we get scared and we worry about things more than men, so we can make ourselves so nervous about something or so shaken by something that we are a nervous wreck. So, my mother was a nervous wreck when I first started learning to drive, but now she's fine. So, we learn when we are 15 how to drive. And when my mom would ride next to me, she was a nervous wreck going, oh, slow down, oh, watch out. I'm like, Mom, it's fine. But she was a nervous wreck. Now that I'm much older, she's fine. But when I first started learning to drive, she was a nervous wreck. Okay, now that we've finished all the vocabulary words and the idioms, please go back and write your sentences. Have a good day.